Could aliens be living amongst us? A new Harvard study suggested that aliens may be secretly living here on Earth.
Well, according to our next guest, aliens are already among us, and she claims to be the living proof. Kelly Tyler is part of a growing number of people that believe themselves to be extraterrestrials who've been sent down from space in order to help humankind.
And Kelly, as you can see, is here now. Morning, Kelly.
Morning.
You can imagine the scepticism when we say something like, aliens are living here, Kelly claims to be an alien.
Of course.
Can you explain a little bit about why you feel like you aren't just a human?
Sure.
And you feel like you're from another planet?
Yeah. And it's something that I wouldn't talk about generally because of that scepticism. And really, I think starseeds are souls from another star system that have incarnated as humans. So people go, well, you look pretty human to me. You don't have that 6-foot blue head or whatever it is that they see from sci-fi films. And really what happens is when you identify with a being, I like to say a starseed rather than alien because there's too many stigmas attached to aliens with the films that we see. And there's a fear against aliens. And typically starseeds are here to help humanity. So when we incarnate as humans, we're here to really help humans remember what it's like to be humans and connect to their innateness, their natural senses, rather than distract and go, oh, look at the interdimensions and the other planets. Our role is not to make you look outside of humanity. It's to actually connect back to who you really were and the internet connectedness that's currently on Earth with nature, with animals, with ourselves.
And you've always felt this, right from being a little girl. And tell me the definition of a starseed.
So I haven't felt it since I was a child.
You haven't?
Most starseeds incarnate at birth.
Okay.
So their soul is born as a starseed.
Right.
When I was a child, I wasn't born as a starseed. I was a very sensitive child. I'd have water, have a bath, and I'd be like blotchy. I'd eat strawberries, my lips would blow up. I was quite an ill child. And also the world was too sensitive for me. So I would be at the bottom of my garden with a bug box, looking at stuff rather than interacting with people. It just felt too much. My nan used to catch me when I was about 3 years old, sitting at a park bench, talking to Tom. And she'd be like, Kelly, there's no one there. I'm like, it's Tom. Can you not see Tom? So this hypersensitivity was always there as a child.
And Kelly, I was just about to say, what did you see when you were talking to Tom?
Tom was just somebody who was here before, and he's passed over now.
But what could you actually see?
He looked like a real person. I would feel like I could touch him, and he just felt really normal to me. So when somebody else couldn't see him, I'd be like, Nan, can you not see Tom? And she'd be like, there's no one there.
Okay.
So I developed a relationship or have contact with this being from the age of 7 at the bottom of my garden. He appeared as a light, then he started to show himself more. And we just used to have this really comforting telepathic relationship. I used to write about it, give the stories to my parents. My parents thought, what an active imagination this child has got, right? It's great for creative writing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what happened is about a year later, I developed whooping cough and I got really, really ill, to the fact that I'd lost all my weight. The doctor said, she's not going to make it. And at that time, myself and this being exchanged souls. So this is what's called a walk-in.
A walk-in?
That's what it classed as. So it's not a possession of somebody's taking over. It's a mutual agreement when we decided to exchange souls. So that's what happened. And so now I am a starseed, or a star being, but I wasn't born one like typically most people are.
And you were how old when that happened, Kelly?
That exchange happened when I was 8.
8 years old. So now, where did your soul go to?
There.
Where's there?
Well, the being that I now know I had an exchange with is from Arcturus.
Right.
So that's a...
Arcturus. OK.
It's one of the brightest stars. You can see it in the sky at the moment.
So the fourth largest or something?
Yeah.
OK.
And so Kelly's soul went there. The soul that came in, did the soul that came in that walked in have a name? It's
who I am.
Who you are now.
So it's really interesting that I look back at my life and it feels like I look at a photo album of myself. I remember my 6th birthday and things, but I don't have an emotional connection of being there. It's like looking at my life in photos. So I don't have any emotional memory of being pre-8 years old. And my personality and my physicality changed
Can I ask a question? Sorry, Kat.
Yeah, don't worry.
What was the explanation from the doctor? If you were so ill and the doctors had told your parents that you weren't going to survive, you were probably going to die, what was the explanation?
Miracle.
So they couldn't actually justify what happened. You just miraculously started getting better.
They said I went back to school. I had to catch up on school because I was out for about 6 months. But I lost my allergies, I didn't have kidney failure, and also my intellect changed. Now, I wouldn't say that my parents would ever have said I was stupid when I was younger, but I went from actually being not that clever to being able to do stuff. I ended up passing an entrance exam for private school, and they just thought I had no chance of getting in. And so my social skills improved. I became less shy and introverted. Lots of significant changes happened, and nobody could really understand why.
So what is the purpose of this? Is there essentially a higher purpose? Is there a plan? Why is it happening?
I think we're at a real polycrisis as humanity. Financial, educational, climate, everything's coming. We're at this tipping point where humanity needs support. And if we don't really understand our interconnectedness to everything, then we're not going to survive this. The planet won't survive. So the role of Starseeds is to help people reconnect to what it is to be human, to have more compassion around other sentient beings, but also to actually work in harmony. And rather than see ourselves as separate, I mean, we're at a time where we're all so connected with the internet, but when I speak to people, they feel so isolated. They feel like I don't know who to trust. They don't really know themselves. And if you look at indigenous tribes, they don't have this understanding of what's nature and what's them. We are one. And so it's just helping people to raise their ability to connect with themselves and raise the frequency of the planet. Now, the planet actually has a resonance. You can look at this from the Heart Math Institute or Schumann resonance, and you can see how we are, our collective minds and the way that we take action affect the frequency of our planet. And Starseeds are here to raise that frequency.
If we're at this point that we need help, is there more Arcturians? I think they're Arcturians, the people from Arcturus. Are they coming over? Is there more walk-ins? Are they coming over to help in bigger numbers? Because I think you astral travel, don't you? You feel like you can go there and come back.
Yeah.
So you can see them?
Yeah. And that's part of my healing journey. When I was younger, I used to go to this blue quantum healing chamber in Arcturus, and that was part of my physical healing to help me get better. So it's not just Arcturians, they're Pleiadians, Andromeda, Orion. There's lots of people from different star systems, and we all bring different qualities.
How do you get there?
To astral travel. It depends if you voluntary or involuntary do it, but everyone can do it if they wanted to learn.
Right.
Anyone can actually lift themselves out of their bodies, and you're connected to a purple umbilical cord. So you can choose where you go. Sometimes you can choose, sometimes you're just taken somewhere.
But there's something specific you have to do?
No.
It just sort of happens?
Yeah. I mean, when I used to astral travel, it was for healing, and I was told, stop coming back here, because your duty is on Earth. So stop distracting and coming back when your mission is here. So I don't astral travel now unless I really need to replenish or I feel quite hopeless around what's going on in the world and I need a bit of a boost.
Kelly, you sound so eloquent,
Yes.
so passionate about this.
Yes.
What do you say, what do your parents and your friends think? Because your parents had a little girl called Kelly who was very, very sick and then miraculously recovered, and all of a sudden, she's a starseed, she's from another planet. I mean, what do they make of this?
I think I don't tell many people. So this will be a surprise to some people that might see me on here and they'll be like, I never knew that about you. And I don't want to break anybody's free will. That's my whole purpose, is if you don't believe in this, my purpose is not to try and convince you. My purpose is to help you connect with yourself and humanity. But what people say about me is they often go, you've got really weird tendencies that I don't see in others. Like, before I met my husband, I was very transactional. I would work 20 hours a day, sleep 3 hours a night, probably eat once a day, go to the loo once a day. I have to remind myself to do physical human functions. And my ability to retain information and to really cut through people's stuff and see the essence of it they appreciate that for me. So they come to me with that type of, oh, I've got this going on, could you strategically work it out for me? So they appreciate some of the qualities, but they know that I'm a bit weird, and I'm OK with that.
You're all right with that?
But it's like a 50-50 on the poll,
Yeah,
isn't it?
poll.
Like 59%?
Have aliens visited Earth already? 59% say no, 41% say yes.
It's very close.
So it's not shifted a lot, but it'll be interesting to see, having our viewers listening to you, whether they feel like actually there is something in this.
And my question would be differently about, do they believe in other beings rather than visited Earth? Because I don't believe there are many beings that have actually visited Earth.
Right.
So that's different. Starseeds incarnating as humans is a different concept for me than an extraterrestrial visiting Earth.
I see.
So the question is interesting how you posed it. But yeah, I think, you know, at the moment, we're currently operating on 47.5 on a heart frequency of where we are at the planet. And if we go over 50%, we'll see a big shift in consciousness on how we understand, and we're open to other possibilities, other beings, other dimensions.
It's going to run this one, I think.
Fascinating, Kelly.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Kelly.
and sharing
It's
your
really
story.
interesting. Thank you.
We'd love to know what our viewers think. Do get in touch and let us know what you believe about what Kelly has just been trying to explain, whether you believe it can be real, whether you're interested in finding out more, or what you think might be going on. Really incredible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.